So welcome back, friends. So I don't know where I'm going to post this video. Maybe I'll post it for the members. Maybe I'll post it over on BitChute. I probably won't post it on the main channel. So folks have been asking me to speak to what's being called the YouTube Adpocalypse 3. What I think about it, what's going to happen. Well, here, if you don't know what it is, here's the deal. So there's a couple of weeks ago, and I've actually known about this for probably 2 weeks or so, I saw a video come up of a guy that was showing how if you logged onto YouTube without an account. Now, if you don't know this, nobody sees the same YouTube. There's an algorithm. It takes kind of what you like to look at, what you've looked at in the past. For example, if you like to look at guns and fitness and food, that sort of things, that's the type of videos that will be recommended in your feed on the left or the right. I don't remember. So it kind of custom tailors it for your viewing, which it's actually gotten better and better. So if you want to see the raw YouTube that's unadulterated, I guess, by your previous past history, you can. What I did is I use a VPN server, a proxy server, and then log in, or just go in without logging in, just to YouTube without an account, and then it doesn't know who you are, and it doesn't know what to suggest, so it'll just give you some random stuff. So this guy found out that if he searched, it was like young girls doing stuff. Anyway, he ended up exposing this. A bunch of creepy pedophiles that were leaving comments on stuff. So this went mainstream about a week ago or so, and all of them, the press jumped on it. All of the bunch of advertisers that advertise on YouTube all pulled out. You know, they didn't want their stuff running with this. You know, it was really kind of a big, I don't know. It was maybe a little bit blown out of proportion. So what YouTube has done in the past is they way overreact, and they have got rid of comments on all videos, or thousands of channels, not all, that have children in them. Completely wiped out the comments and demonetized hundreds, if not thousands, of channels, and some of them really big. Fortunately, we haven't been really caught up into that. We know we don't show a lot of kids content. It's mostly about, you know, tools and hanging out in the shop. So that is what's going on. So ad revenues are down for a lot of creators. Views are down for a lot of creators. And there's a lot of folks that are it's really a bummer. If you've been on YouTube for 10 years, then you've been making family-friendly, G-rated comment, and now you have no way to interact with your audience. That's a big bummer. Because that's what makes YouTube so wonderful. That's what makes it different than so many other platforms, is that we can communicate back and forth. When I put up video content, if you guys don't like it, you let me know. You let me know in the comments, or you let me know in thumbs up. And so I'm always watching that, and I'm custom tailoring and you know, gauging the channel's health and if its interest in my content by what you guys say and how you react. It's a huge part of it. So when that's removed, you're basically a lone voice in the wilderness. You have no idea what's going on. You can't get feedback anymore. So what's the future? What's going to happen? Is this going to be a permanent thing? I didn't think it was at first, but now that we go on, I would imagine it's going to stick around for a long time. As far as the advertisers go, don't worry about the advertisers. What you'll see is that the mainstream media, I have to be careful now. It's just so sad, the time that we live in. I have to be very, very careful. The algorithm will pick up these buzzwords, these keywords like mainstream media, because they don't use it, and they'll use it to categorize you as some sort of a crazy alt-righter or whatever. It's who knows? I mean, it's just ridiculous. But all of these, don't worry about the advertisers. I'm all over the place here, because the people are here on YouTube. The people are here on independent creator content. That's what we want to see. We're not interested in watching ridiculous network programs, or the majority of people, with laugh tracks and all that. That ship has sailed. The new frontier is independent creator content. So yeah, they may run away for a little while, and so that they can posture and they can look good, you know, to their investors or the board or their customers or whatever. Say, we don't have anything to do with this, but they'll be back. Trust me, because they're all about money. What comes back down to bottom line and eyeballs, and the eyeballs are here, so they'll come back. What could happen is for YouTube to take such a draconian method and completely decimate so many channels and take away comments. It's just another opportunity for someone to come up with something that is not going to be censored, i.e. BitChute. There's a lot of creators going over to BitChute, and I started uploading over there myself. Now, presently, I don't know that there's any way to monetize it, but my stuff is just it's just kind of a mere upload. They've got a really great uploader deal. You can go punch your YouTube channel in there, and it'll automatically, when you load to YouTube, it'll automatically put it up on BitChute for a backup. So I recommend you doing that. And there's no censorship over there. So it's kind of like YouTube was back in the, well, 10 years ago in the Wild West. So is it family friendly? Not necessarily. It is very unscripted. It's very loose. It's very much the Wild West. And is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, it's a good thing. It shouldn't be YouTube's job to police children on their platform. If it was up to me, I think that they should go back the way it was years ago, where you can't open a YouTube account until you're like 13 or 14. And I blame the parents for this. If you don't know what your 6 or 7 or 8 or 10-year-old daughter or son is uploading to the internet and what they're watching, that's not YouTube's problem, that's a parenting problem. And so all these parents and all these people throwing their hands up and blaming YouTube, you should point the finger right square at yourself, because it's your responsibility to raise those children, not YouTube. YouTube does what it can. I think that they do a pretty good job. I think that they overreact on some of these typical things, but as time goes on, we live in an outrage culture, and there's a hand wringing and the clutching of pearls and all these things, that just in a week, what happens. Remember how you guys got all bent out of shape about the Benchmade thing, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to boycott, and life moves on, and who cares now? Is it going to make any difference a year from now? No, of course not. So I think YouTube will survive, but if they continue to be so unfair in their censorship, unfair in who they promote, unfair on who they put in the suggested video box, it's creating an environment where there's a million creators like myself that just can't wait to find something that's going to be alternative, that's going to be fair for everyone. Because it's really discouraging when you pour your heart into something and you spend all day making good video content the best you can, and you look on and you see, because I have a particular political bent, or because I've chosen a particular topic like news or covering war, or current events, or firearms, that I'm going to be put in a category where I don't have the same opportunity to reach folks, and even getting so far where they're no longer notifying my very own subscribers. I've even noticed on YouTube, they're actually subscribing me now to channels that I didn't subscribe to, that I have no interest in. I have to go in and unsubscribe. And when I push the bread and butter of YouTube is the subscription feed. When you subscribe to 150, 200 channels or whatever, and you hit that subscription feed, you want to know that you're seeing the latest content from the creators that you want to follow. What they're doing, and I've noticed it on mobile, is that when I hit my subscription feed, when I want to see the creators that I like to watch, they're inserting their own. It's not my creator feed. I have to hit it twice, sometimes 3 times, and refresh it to get to the one that I want. And I think most people don't realize that. They just kind of blindly go along, and they're spoon feeding you the content that they want you to see, and hiding or shadow banning or putting a step in between you and the content that you want to subscribe for. So it's shady, and it seems shady. It seems underhanded, and they deny it. They say we're not doing that. Everyone has the same opportunity. I don't believe it. I don't think it's true. I think they have their favorites, and they definitely have their favorites. Just take a look at their suggested or the trending page. That's all you need to know to see all of the favoritism, and it's not being towards the individual creators. So that is what's going on. So if you're a creator that's been affected by this, I'm sorry, that is a huge bummer. Once you get in that list, or once you get in that category as a unfamily friendly or unsafe, I just don't even know if you can get out of it. I don't even know if deleting the channel and starting over is going to work. I think they're going to pick up on your ISP, pick up and see that you've created another account. it's a bummer. It could happen to me anytime. So we're all very excited to have some alternative and something to go to. So I do invite you to go over to, if you haven't already, to BitChute and subscribe there, and you can watch the videos over there if you want to as well. But at least we have a backup. The problem is that loading 2,000 videos onto that is going to take a long time. So I've just kind of started with some of the older ones, and I'm putting the most current ones on there. So that's my take on Adpocalypse 3. Click the thumbs up if you enjoy these videos, and thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.